Not everything is supposed to go as you planned. There's always going to be a silver lining in every cloud. And you know what? You have to be kind to yourself. You cannot love others by abandoning yourself. Girl, so this is my first time curling her hair, okay, and it came out this messy. I don't know. All right, I am just excited about the message I have today. Okay, forget the hair and listen to the message. So girl, I'll be turning 29 May 2nd. I'm so excited. Okay, but then in today's video I want to share with you 9 things that I wish that growing up in my early 20s somebody held my hand and said, girl, listen, let's get into it. Okay, now the first thing I want to talk about is that you cannot love others by abandoning yourself. And this is for those of us who like to be nice girls. Okay, if you get obsessed with the idea of being in everybody's good book, girl, you are going to end up sabotaging yourself. It's one thing to be kind and another thing entirely to let other people drain you up. If there's one thing I'm going to confidently tell you to do, girl, it is to be selfish. Okay, be selfish, because that is the best form of self-preservation that you can ever get. So it doesn't matter how low you set the bar, how much you're willing to give, how far you're willing to bend over for people. Those who have negative things to say are going to say that anyway. And you know what? You have to be kind to yourself too, okay? Get comfortable with disappointing others in order to preserve yourself. Be generous, be kind, but don't let that come at your expense, okay? Do not let it come at the cost of you sabotaging yourself. You know what's funny, yeah? The reality is that all the people that you're willing to kill yourself for are going to choose themselves if they have the chance to. The next thing I want to talk about is for you to chase money and not love. And I'm not trying to say this because I'm a hopeless romantic. No, I'm actually in a relationship right now, but then as I grew older, I'm realizing that the more you chase money, the more you make money, love and better love is going to come your way, okay? Because if I had spent half the time I spent chasing a man in my early 20s on chasing money, girl, I would build a mansion by now, okay? But I spent all those time fixating over romantic love instead of trying to actually make something for myself. At the end of the day, no man wants to be with a liability, okay? And I'm also not trying to make money because I want to be liked. No, I am making money because that is the only way you get a voice, girl. It is the only way to escape any reality you find yourself where you don't like. Next thing I want you to keep in mind is that there's always going to be a silver lining in every cloud. Look, any move you make that did not work out has something to teach you. And so instead of crying and trying to hold on, girl, take the lesson and move on, okay? Because one day you're going to look back and breathe a sign of relief that actually did not work out. Next thing I want to talk about is that do not make huge decisions, especially marital decisions, before you turn 25. Look, you see that thing they talk about frontal lobe developing and it giving you more sense, girl? It's real. So when I was 24 years, I decided to get married, okay? I decided to get married. And so it was my 24th birthday that around that time I decided to get married. And we fixed the date to like a year the next year. So when I turned 25, just a month after turning 25, we're going to get married. And then at 25, I got posted to a different city. And then he said I should either choose the marriage or my career. That if I were not going to move back to the village with him, I should forget about it, okay? And I think that thing he said at the moment was supposed to put some fear in me for me to decide that, oh, if I don't go to the village, he was not gonna marry me, and blah, blah, blah. So I was like, nah. It looks like the moment I turned 25, something just changed in me, okay? My mind just opened. I was like, what the hell was I even thinking? And I thank God that did not work out. I actually just chose my career, okay? Because if I had moved back to the village, I don't think I would be doing all these things that I'm doing right now. So I decided to stay in the city, okay? And I'm actually living my life and I'm loving it. And I look back and I'm like, girl, what were you thinking? Because mind you, this person we're talking about did not even support this dream of mine. He did not even support it. So if I had gone back to the city, this thing I'm doing that I love so much, I wasn't going to be able to do it. And the silver lining in this for me is that I get to live my best life, okay? I got to learn about the fact that men will sacrifice you if they have to. Okay, they will always choose themselves, and that's why you have to choose you. And all the things that do not work out for you at times are actually working in your favor. You just don't know it yet. Next I want to talk about is that some bridges that you burn are better off left burnt. Okay, do not try to reconnect most of the bridges that you burn. Do not go back crawling and run into the things that you're trying to leave behind. If relationships don't work out, let it be. Okay, if people have a fallout with you, let them go. Stop trying to fix every single thing. If they decide to walk away, girl, let them lose you. Let them keep their distance, okay? Because the more you try to hold on to these things and people that no longer serve you, the more you put yourself in past and difficult situations, girl. It's like you take a step forward and you take 1,000 steps backwards. And most of the time, we keep going back to the past because we are not able to control our emotions. And this isn't even about pride, okay? It's about self-preservation. Girl, hold on to your emotions and your dignity. Learn to regulate yourself and let things be the way they are, because not everything is supposed to go as you planned. And when things get messy, let it be messy. Let it settle by itself, okay? Allow the mess to sort itself out. Next step is to stop taking things personal. Look, not everything is about you. If people have moods, okay, and so they are acting out around you, it is not about you. People do things because they want to do it, okay? And so don't let that affect how you feel. If somebody criticizes you, girl, it is not because there's something wrong with you, no. 7 out of 10 times, those people are trying to project their fears and insecurities on you. And so once you take these people personal, girl, you allow yourself carry fear, doubt, and burdens that do not even belong to you. These days, if somebody decides to say something bad about me, I'm like, okay, that's on you, okay? Your decisions do not define me. And so instead of feeling attacked, check if there's any lesson for you to learn, and then you move on. The next step is for you to decenter romantic relationship. Girl, the only relationship you should be fighting to keep is your relationship with yourself. Make it a full-time job to take care of yourself. Love yourself and pour into yourself before you invite other people to do the same. Because if you want to get into a romantic relationship, girl, the dynamics of that relationship are going to be determined by how much love you have for yourself. If you don't love yourself, no one else can love you. If you cannot be with yourself, nobody can be with you. Because here's what happens. Once you become fixated on the romantic relationship instead of your relationship with yourself, you're always going to constantly seek your partner's validation instead of validating yourself. You begin to lose focus on what really matters, girl. Your mood is going to be constantly dependent on how they treat you. Nobody's going to tell you this, so let me say it. Romance is going to make you weak and unstable if you are not grounded in yourself. The next step is for you to learn how to keep quiet, girl. Learn to keep your dreams to yourself, okay? You don't have to share everything with everyone. My rule of thumb is that if my goals are not ready to announce themselves, then I'm not supposed to be announcing it. Learn how to grow in silence, girl. Normalizing not telling people about whatever you're working on until it is ready to announce itself. To be honest with you, the only reason why we keep telling everyone who wants to hear about what we're working on is because we want them to validate us, okay? We want them to praise us, we want them to support us, but not everybody is going to support your dreams. So what happens when you tell them what you're working on and they don't like the idea? Does that mean that you're going to throw it away? And the more reason why you have to keep your dreams to yourself is that once you start telling all these people about your goals, you are going to end up bringing a lot of noise into your life, okay? And all these opinions that people are giving you is based on how they've lived. It's based on their experience, and they may not even have anything to do with you. This isn't to belittle expert advice or other people's opinion, no. But girl, you have to have discernment. You need to know when to talk and when to keep quiet. You understand? Because what end up happening is that when you tell all these people about your dreams, you end up giving them the power. And funny enough, most people, when they suggest something to you and you don't do as they want, they end up getting angry with you. And so you put yourself under this pressure of wanting to impress people, wanting to live like how other people want to, wanting to prove that you are doing anything. But at the end of the day, girl, you've got nothing to prove, okay? You don't have to prove anything to anyone but God and yourself. Everyone experiences life differently, okay? And that is why you would want to switch off all the noise around you and go within. Ask God, what do you want me to do, okay? Trust yourself enough to make decisions that are right for you. Trust your God. Girl, trust your God, okay? Trust your intuition. Trust the revelation that God is giving you. Because you may not know this, but you have all the answers within you. You just have to trust yourself and God to take you through. Thanks for watching, girl. If this video has been a blessing, then go ahead, subscribe to the channel and tell somebody about me.